Are we ready, chat? Because today we got an interesting one for us. We are doing something new for all of us. Are we ready, guys?
I'm ready.
Coolio, I'm swapping over screens then.
Do we need to go ahead and shut off the video feed?
Nope, they cannot see video.
But
Well,
they
no.
can hear all of us.
They can indeed now hear all of us.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi,
I
chat.
can't see you or Bryce, so because you're both on audio only.
Yep, me and Uni
Yeah.
are both on audio only.
So I was wondering if. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Okay.
I'm going to remind people that we aren't using real names. So,
Which means, which names are we all going by?
Yes, do we want to go down the line and
Panda.
introduce ourselves and our characters?
Okay.
I'll go first since I have two characters, and we'll just call me Biscuit. And my characters are Tiefling twins, Tim and Tom. Since each one of our characters is a 3-tiered gestalt, I will start with Tim because he is alphabetically correct. And Tim is a Druid Ranger Wizard. And his identical twin brother, Tom, is a Druid Ranger Rogue. Tim and Tom were 15 years old before they knew of the existence of either one of them.
It's pretty young for a tiefling, actually.
That's when they went to the academy to start working.
Oh, do I need to speak up? Or can you guys hear me just...
I can hear you just fine. I don't know if chat can.
So, Tom, who is the Ranger Druid Rogue, was raised by their mother, who is a wizard. Tim, who is a Druid Ranger Wizard, was raised by their father, who is a rogue.
And they're half Aasimar, right?
They are part Aasimar. Both their mother is the half Aasimar. They only have an bloodline trait.
Panda, chat can hear you just fine.
Okay.
So, needless to say, they are the same but quite a bit different. Generally speaking, if one of them is speaking, it will be Tim, not Tom. Tom prefers to be silent unless absolutely necessary.
Okay, should I go next?
Sure.
Okay. I'm Panda. I will be playing Ivory, the identical twin sister of Ebony. They are both tiefling Aasimars. And she is a cleric paladin bard.
I am Ember. I will be playing Ebony, Ivory's twin sister. She is a barbarian monk rogue. Uni, would you like to go next?
I'm Uni, and I will be the person DMing for this session or campaign.
Yes, there's gonna be more than one session. I will drag you back here. I am
can't leave.
invested. Nope. I am too invested already.
Yeah.
Now, as the campaign starts, each one of your characters have ventured to the little town of Riverside. Going on the voyage, it's typically the place where everyone comes to start anew and learn something different. So why might you guys be traveling?
I know Ebony and Ivory are trying to grow out their own roots besides just their family name because they have a big family name.
They are also trying to learn how to be a person independent of themselves and not just sisters. This is who we are.
Yeah, they're trying to learn who they as people are.
Who they are without the other.
Yeah.
Tim and Tom were asked by their parents to travel together. Even though their parents aren't together, they asked us to travel together and learn the world. And both of them agreed begrudgingly, not begrudging each other, but the fact that the parents kept them separated. So they do hold a little bit of animosity towards their parents for that fact. They both do.
All right, and how do you guys choose to enter within the town?
Ebony and
Well,
Ivory probably come through boat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ebony and Ivory come through boat.
And we would just get off the boat when we landed.
All right, then you are greeted with a bustling city of a bunch of small little dragons are actually roaming the streets freely, and mainly the people who are attending the stalls.
I'm sorry, did he say small little dragons?
I said small little dragons.
It is noteworthy that that both Tim and Tom have a panther walking by them, and that Tim also has a raven on his shoulder. And when necessary, the animals' names will be given, but they are written down.
Are Tim and Tom and Ivory and Ebony aware of each other, like the four of them? They already
You
a
guys
party or
have
not?
not met yet. If you want, you guys can end up arriving on the same boat, or you guys could be docking on different boats.
Okay?
I think it's more interesting if we dock on different boats.
Okay.
All right then. Then which group would like to go first?
You said dragons, and it.
Yes, specifically little baby blue dragons.
Oh, they're blue dragons.
They are
Okay.
blue dragons.
Can Ebony and Ivory go first?
Attack me, but okay. Go for it.
Sis!
So Ebony,
Sis, I need you to look at me. There's dragons just wandering the
see the
street.
dragons. See the dragons, yes. They're baby dragons.
They're so cute.
How loud are you guys being?
We're not being like super loud, but this is abnormal for them to see. So Ebony's excited. She's like
Ebony's probably being a little louder than Ivory.
Uh-huh. Do you?
Because even though
And yes, plenty of baby blue dragons are just casually roaming around. These are more common actually than any other race in this city.
Do you think they'll let me adopt one? Ivy, would mom and dad be upset if I brought home a dragon?
Maybe? Risk it. But hey, if you want to, you do you.
By chance, do you know how to approach a dragon, Ivory?
No. We've never encountered a dragon
Mind you,
before.
you
Ebony.
guys are in the middle of the market, and there are dragons over here who are tending the stalls. Over here, like, look at all of these shinies, and basically showing off parts of what they typically collect to sell it and hopefully get more people interested in their collections.
They're just babies. Let's go see what all shinies they have. Ooh.
Yes, let's go look at the stalls to see what the shinies are.
Yes, shinies. We can get some shinies and some baby dragons, and we just don't tell mom.
And we should probably also look for a place to stay for the night and get food.
Not important right now. There are dragons that need pets.
Ebony, that is the most important thing.
Is it though?
Yes.
Alright, so you guys end up walking up to some of these stalls, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna go look at
Yes.
the stalls.
Alright, well, we have one stall over here, and they are selling something that you think is similar to coffee?
Ivory! 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 Coffee!
Hey, calm down. We don't know if it's coffee. We'll ask what it is.
Can I?
Right, so you're immediately approaching that one before I say any of the other stalls.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're introducing yourself specifically?
Oh, hang on. How do you be polite to a dragon? Hello, dragons.
Is the dragon obviously male or female?
You can't tell.
Hello, dragon sir.
Yeah, hello. Demon?
Close enough. By chance, is this coffee?
What's coffee?
Coffee is a drink made from a special bean that is ground and then has
Roasted ground.
water, boiling water, roasted and ground, and then has boiling water poured over it through a filter.
Well, I can tell you that this is definitely not made by bean. It will give you a burst of energy, though. Though don't give them to the young ones.
What is it made out of then?
I can't tell you. That's a trade secret.
How much is it?
Around 20 gold apiece.
Ivory is going. Not Ivory. Ebony is going to grab her gold bag and hand it to her sister and be like, hold this for a moment.
Ivory takes the gold bag and goes, "We have plenty of coffee truffles in our bag, sister."
Yes, we do.
I didn't
Have a
think
nice
you guys
day.
would
She
actually be
says to the
serious.
dragon.
I think I'd sell this 20 gold?
Yes. However, I am willing to bargain with you if you would like to try some coffee.
What are these effects of the coffee? Like,
A boost of energy as well.
okay,
It also wakes you up quite well.
well, I'm quite right in a way.
That's why you drink it in the morning with your breakfast.
It's well past the morning.
Yes, however, there are some of us that get tired easily that like to drink it so that way we can stay awake all day.
I think I have enough energy. It saps me right to life, you know?
Ebony is going to turn to Ivory and in twin speak go, my moral code suggests robbing.
No, Ebony, no. In twin speak, she says no.
Anything else I can help you guys with?
No, thank you, sir. We'll be on our way, Ivory says, and grabs Ebony by the arm and gently leads her away.
Alright, you two have some fun.
We. Where to now?
We'll probably continue looking at stalls to see what they have.
Alright, the next one that's going to immediately catch your eye is the stall that has so many different kinds of glittering charms, as it's just light is gathered through all of these glass sculptures and pieces.
Ivory lets out a long, suffering sigh as Ebony sees the shinies.
Sis! Okay, highly off topic. The song that started playing in the background is Sparkly Abs, right?
I was thinking shiny from Moana.
Fair. Alrighty. Ebony's gonna see the shinies. She's gonna go, sis. Sis, I hope you know. You can't stop me. I'm faster than you are.
That's fine. I still have all your money.
You did hand it over.
Can I have my money back?
No.
Can I pickpocket my own sister for my money?
No.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, you can't try, but they're also going to have advantage because they'll be guarding it, so I feel like they'll expect it coming. If you want a good opportunity, try distracting them.
No. I'm gonna sleight of hand my own sister.
Okay, your sister gets offensive advantage on defense.
Eh.
According to Pathfinder rules, if
How
you
about
get
this? Ivory looks at Ebony and goes, tell you what, Ebony.
minus
Why don't
5,
we go look for a place to stay for the night, and then I'll give you your money back.
Uni, can you see what I just rolled?
I can't see.
I did a private roll.
Jesus!
Sleight of handing my own fucking sister.
okay,
Okay.
and sleight of hand is resisted by a perception check.
What do I roll for that again?
Perception.
Perception.
Roll D20, love.
Right, it should be
I meant die. What die do I roll for that? Okay, thank you.
D20 plus your modifier, yep.
No, I rolled a 2.
So, do you only steal your bag? You were up against 26, by the way. Though you did have advantage, so if you want to roll again...
Alright, I think I'll take that and roll again. Rolling a different die, that doesn't seem to like me. Okay, I got a 14. I still think I lost, but...
Okay.
Yeah, chat, I rolled a 26 to sleight of hand my sister.
Okay. What is your perception check score?
Yeah, your modifier.
3.
Yeah, no,
Three.
no.
Okay.
You
Your
lost.
perception is only 3? Did you not put any points in there?
No, I didn't, because I forgot.
Okay, since we did roll higher, you
Answer, I
can
forgot.
only get your bag. You cannot get their bag.
Yeah. I got my money.
Ivory just sighs.
I don't even think you noticed that they stole it yet.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
if Ebony starts walking off to the stall, she's going to sigh.
I have not yet started walking off yet. But I do have my money. This is why you shouldn't show me where you put my stuff.
Yeah. You stole back the money you handed her. Literally.
You said you were gonna make stupid decisions and said, please stop me. And then said, you can't stop me.
Yeah. That about sums up their interaction. pretty much.
Exactly. Okay, hang on. So you want us to find a place to stay for the night?
Yes.
What if we split up and you find us a place to stay and you just don't question what I do?
Because last time we did that, we were being chased by town guards.
They didn't catch me though. Okay, fine. Listen, we can find us a place to stay, and then you have to go shiny shopping with me.
I mean,
Oh! Shiny shopping with the sister has been acquired, but first we have to find a place to hold all the shinies overnight.
Lynn, or... Alright. How much does Ebony have left after buying their main supplies and stuff?
Let me double check. $621 gold pieces.
Okay, give me a second.
I just realized I have not put in my experience points at all.
You said 600 and how much?
21.
Okay, so Ivory has 669.
Hey, nice.
So between the two of them, they should easily be able to afford a room. So Ivory will walk up to a random stall keeper and ask them where the closest inn is.
Aye, the only inn in town. Don't let the name bother you. It's Ensnare Tavern. It's just down the way over there.
Thank you.
I
Ivory
love
is
that
going
name.
to then. Couldn't quite understand it. They were breaking up.
I love that name.
Ivory is going to go and gently grab Ebony by the arm and go, "This way, sister."
I agreed to come with you. Why must you hold on to me?
You know why I hold on to you. It's not about dragging you places. It's about my own safety.
Would you like a knife?
No. I have the sword.
Great sword
You're
strapped
just more dangerous than the sword.
I accept that.
All right. Now, as you guys
Ivory
go
has
off,
a sword.
looking
She
for
also
the
has a
tavern.
weapon of mass destruction named Ebony. Sorry.
Okay. And you guys end up going to Ensnared Tavern.
Yes.
As you approach it, you see this kind of dark, dim building with blue background and silver gray structure on the outside to hold it up. Can't remember what it's called. But it basically looks like a spider web slowly etching on the outside of the building.
Ivory, this is so cool.
Yep, sure. Cool.
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot you're scared of spiders.
Yep.
Not to
As
worry.
you guys
I am right here, and I too have a foot in steel.
Okay. They go into the tavern.
Yes.
After a moment of hesitation from Ivory.
All right, tokens don't want to work with me today, so we will do that later. But as you guys enter the tavern, let me just pull up their actual page. You guys end up seeing that there is a fellow tiefling, the only tiefling you guys have actually seen throughout your full entire time here, throughout the full bustling markets or anything. And they have blue hair, purple eyes, and in full, like, a spider outfit.
They're kind of the
Where
reverse
instead
of
of
us.
the jester collar, you have a spider web a shawl that they're wearing.
Ivory is going to walk up to them,
You got this, sis.
dragging Ebony behind her.
You got. Oh, dang it.
Newcomers, new faces. How are you guys doing? Any fun travels? Any stories?
Not quite. We are new to adventuring, rather new, and we're rather new in town.
Biscuit, you're echoing.
Newcomers. Oh, how we love newcomers.
I'm what?
You're echoing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Here. Let me fix that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't. I could not make out what you were saying. You were breaking up, and Biscuit was echoing. Sorry. Repeat what you said.
That should fix my echoing.
Once he finishes his echoing and says so, I will go ahead and redo the encounter.
I have
Okay, thank you.
that should fix my echoing right there.
Okay.
All right.
Newcomers! Oh my god, adventurers? Any new
Yes.
stories? Any fun tales?
Not quite, not yet.
Just
We're
starting out
rather
then?
new.
Hope to do.
Ivory, are you doing okay?
No.
Would you guys care for a spot? Would you guys care for a drink and some stew?
Ooh. Yes.
You guys could tell me all about how you ended up here.
Okay, so it's
Alright.
a long story starting with the male and the female.
Not quite what they meant, Ebony.
So,
Ivory will recount their tales of previous mini misadventures growing up and what led them to being travelers today.
also, let me know when
But
you guys
mainly
actually
just the interesting
do
ones.
or drink the drink that they gave you.
Ebony shall try the drink.
Ivory will not.
Caitlin, you start breathing fire.
Three ducks.
Ivory, look at what I
Coming
can
out
do.
of Ebony's mouth, Ivory ducks. Yes, I see. Stop.
Good drink, right? It's from the Eternal Flames. I figured you guys like it.
I love it. How much is it?
Hi, it's only a spot of gold.
How many can I get?
No.
How drunk are you looking to get?
You can have one. You can have one.
But fire. Ivory, I
You
can
want a
breathe.
full bottle, it's 20.
I will take that.
We were also hoping for a room to stay tonight.
Why, of course! 5 gold a person.
Alright. Ivory will pull out 10 gold and hand it over.
Damn. That's an expensive inn.
It's also the only inn in town, so.
Uh-huh.
I just
they
got
do
to.
want to be a little
Also offer
expensive.
discount for anybody who wants to help with any of the, well, bounties and quests and everything everyone leaves over here.
To be fair, she also just made Ebony start breathing fire, so there's probably some damages that need repaired too.
Oh no, the full tavern's fireproof.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty neat. Ivory looks at her and goes, "Tell me, you have drinks from the infernal realm. Any from the celestial realm?"
No, none from the celestial realm. They don't want to really do barters, and I don't really have anyone who wants to give me the ingredients I need.
Ivory looks at Ebony.
Don't look at me. I get to breathe fire. I don't have any other thoughts behind my eyes. Oh, are you thinking of Mother?
Huh?
The longer my sister stares at me, the more intelligent I get.
Yeah, Ivory's just staring at Ebony.
See, our mother is celestial. So she might have some connections that could help you out.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Would either of you guys like to take some quests?
Yeah! Do I get to breathe fire again?
I just take another sip of the beer.
Hell yeah! Ebony's gonna start like just drinking it, and every time she runs out of fire breath, she's chugging it again.
Over to Ebony. Yeah. Ebony, Ivory just slides her beer over to Ebony. I don't drink.
Oh, I see. Do you want some apple juice then?
Sure, I'll take some apple juice. It's not gonna make me breathe fire, is it?
No, not fire.
This is gonna turn out great and wonderful.
But no, if you guys
Sorry.
would really like me, if you guys would really like to help out with getting me some more ingredients from any of the planes, just let me know in the morning and I'll set you up on the quest.
Okay.
And then I'd reimburse you guys for the rooms if you get them done, right?
Alright. Ivory then takes a sip of the apple juice.
Nothing
Suspiciously.
happens
She takes a
with
sip
the apple.
suspiciously.
They just
As
having.
in relief.
All right, and we are going to go ahead and cut over to Tim and Tom.
Okay, Tim and Tom disembark from the ship.
All right, any specific port of town that you would like to go to? We have the markets. We have
Okay.
the...
So when we disembark from the ship, what do we see?
You see roughly the same thing of just there's a bunch of blue dragons. There's also a few different routes that you could potentially take. One where it's all of the different marketing places, another where it seems more relaxed and not much is going on over there, but everybody seems more chill and not ecstatic. You do see a bunch of different pirates coming off of their ships, ports as well. It may be called
Okay.
rivers. You guys are actually next to the ocean.
Now, question. Does anybody look at us sideways? Because you realize we are, I mean, even though we're tieflings, we are getting off the ship, each of us having a large cat by the side.
No, not really. If anything,
One of us
there-
having a raven on the shoulder.
yeah, no one gives you any kind of glances at that. Like, they all just think that that's something that just comes in and goes as very
Okay.
normal.
Very normal to them. Okay. Well, Tim will look at Tom and say, well, apparently this was a good choice since nobody seems to look at us with disdain. And Tom will just kind of curtly nod. And they'll look around for a few seconds. They will probably head down the calmer path. Are there stalls and everything this way?
So as you're heading down the calmer path, you see that it's just a bunch of different kinds of cafes, tea joints, library, books, and town hall, pretty much.
Okay, well, we will investigate for a couple of minutes. Do we see any kind of message board for quests and stuff like that? Usually that's near the town hall.
So what you see is that there's a bunch of wanted posters for a few different creatures that have been causing problems from the desert.
Okay.
And warning posters as well.
What kind of
As
warning
in-
posters?
warning posters including the fact of. Let me double check and see I have the right enemies. That there has been a lot of disappearance within the desert, and a lot of people suspect that there are more than just a few desert worms being extremely active. As well as a very old desert dragon has not been taking too kindly to anybody. And that there is a goblin raid camp. Not too terribly far from the port, but they do typically leave the city alone.
Could give us a chance to expand our abilities. So we will look around for, and does any of the paperwork tell us where we should go if we choose to try and take any of these quests?
They just tell you to go talk to the travel head. Don't know what else to call him.
Okay, and does it say where to go?
It 100% does. It's just a few buildings down from Town Hall.
Okay, so we go there. After, Tim says, "Want to go kill some goblins?" And Tom says, well, shrugs his shoulders. So we head that way.
All right. As you guys enter, there's just one sole dude who's slumped over a counter. Dark hair, just completely done with life.
What race is the soldier?
They're actually an orc.
Full-blooded orc. Okay.
What do you guys want?
Oh. Tim will walk up to him and say, well, we saw this request for the goblin extermination. And we're wondering if it would be okay if we look at it and take it.
If you want to join the party that's going to deal with that, they'll leave in the morning.
Okay.
They'll meet at the rough skirts of town. If you end up doing that, you get payment as you come back. The quest board is right over there.
Okay. So we'll go over to the quest board and take a look at it.
It basically just says what it was written outside with the actual pricing of what you will be reimbursed with. Being it will be a gold piece per goblin head. Or ears, technically, because that's typically what you collect.
Okay, does it declare which ear that it requests? Because usually they request if they will change the request of the ear.
Just specifically the right ear.
Right ear? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other quests on here that were not on the board outside?
Not really. It seems like that's kind of the only one. The other one that you do see that wasn't listed outside, considering it's not really a warning or a concern bit, are these two. One of them is one that tells you to look towards and explore the southwest
And
of
what
the
is it
desert.
looking for?
It's just this building construct that nobody ever really goes to, and they kind of want to know what in the world it is.
Okay. So it's an exploration one.
Uh-huh. And so is the other one that you're going to see, which being there's just these runes over towards the just to the east. And within those runes, they want to know if you guys could find any, like, old histories and things that are hidden about this this continent, considering it's just been newly discovered and coming back to light.
Okay. Oh. We'll take the information for both of those. That all the information we can get, because normally there's information listed, and we'll go over to the gentleman and say, can we take a copy of these so that we can review it, and ask him if there's an inn nearby.
Yeah, there's copies of them right under there. We always make sure we put plenty of them. And the inn's gonna be Ensnared Tavern. You just, I think, around 10 blocks down to the right.
Okay. All right.
And
Is there a registration fee?
nope. As long as you're alive and you can get there on your own, not really.
All right, thank you. And by the way, Tim is the one that's been doing all the talking. Tim's been kind of, Tom has been kind of silent the whole time. Even when Tim talks to him, all Tom does is either nod or shake his head no.
Alright, so you guys head down to Ensnared Tavern as well?
Yeah.
Well, as you guys end up coming into Ensnared Tavern, you walk in, and the first thing you see is Lynn over here breathing fire. Or Ember over here breathing fire.
So Amber is.
Ebony.
Evan.
So
Yep.
Ebony is breathing fire. So we see a tiefling breathing fire
Yes.
after every drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, suckers!
And you guys are going to be welcomed in. Can I go back to the page? You guys are going to be welcomed in by one of the bard maids.
Okay.
Hi, what can we help you with?
We would like 2 rooms for the night. One for each of us, please.
All right, that'll be 5 gold each.
Wow. Okay, for 5 gold, I'm assuming that this covers meals then?
Oh, 100%.
Excellent. So, Tim will actually pull out the 10 gold and hand it to them.
All right, she's gonna walk back with the 10 gold and hand you guys your room keys.
Thank you very much.
And did you guys want something to eat now or later?
Um, look, so Tom, Tim looks over at Tom, and Tom looks at him and just shrugs his shoulder and says, "I could eat."
All right. Do you want some of our
I
famous
already
eternal
speaks.
stew, or did you guys want something else?
Famous what?
Famous internal stew.
Infernal stew.
Try it, it's really good.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Ivory
And you guys
sighs
have
out
something
loud.
to drink? We
And
could always
Ebony.
bring out our special or any
Okay,
kinds
I'm
of
sorry.
pints.
Couldn't hear what was going on because Panda was speaking out of turn.
They're asking if you guys would like any of their special drinks, or if you guys want like a normal pint of beer.
Tom will just whatever comes with the meal, and Tim will say, I prefer to have water or fruit juice if possible. If it's an extra charge, just let me know.
Aye, none of it's gonna be an extra charge. As long as you stay here, you can eat and drink. As long as it's not too much.
Of course. So, do we need to go sit at the bar, or
I sit
would
wherever you like.
prefer-
I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Okay, well, they will go and sit at the bar.
All right.
Tom will try to choose a point of the bar that he has pretty much got his back to the wall, or Tom will try to choose a part of the bar where he's pretty much got his back to the wall. Now, what race was the barmaid? Was she a tiefling as well?
No, she was a human. There are 2 barmaids within this bar, and both of them are humans with red hair.
Awesome.
Now, as you're going to approach the bar, you will see the tiefling owner. The one with blue hair and purple eyes and full spider jester getup. And she is immediately going to the quiet one and going to start bombarding him with a bunch of questions of being like, so, what happens here? Why are you here today?
And Tom will look at her and say, "We are here starting our journey as adventurers because our parents requested we travel together."
I see. Anything you excited for?
Well, my brother here has picked up some things that we'd like to try and do.
Then she's gonna go ahead and turn to your brother and just be like, well, what things might that be?
Okay, Tim will say, "Well, we were over at someplace and we picked up this one," and he will literally lay out the Goblin Quest and the 2 quests to find the eastern one and the southeastern one, where basically it's just a searching adventure looking for things.
I see. Which one do you think you're gonna do?
Oh, well, we think we're going to either go to the eastern or southeastern, because they said that there's it's eastern and southeastern, right?
It's the east.
Eastern or southwestern? Or southwestern?
It's east
Okay.
versus south.
We're going to go to one of these 2 and look for the cities and the items that we haven't decided which yet.
I see, I see. Hopefully you find something interesting there. Barely anyone wants to leave the port.
Yeah, something about sandworms.
Yeah, the desert's so big that typically people just venture off too far without enough rations.
Hmm. Don't really think we'll have a problem with that.
Hey, that's a good thing. As the barmaid is going to come back out with the drinks, juice in the stew for one of you, and the stew and the eternal beer for the other.
Join me.
No, you guys are sitting right next to each other right now.
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
So, Kim will look over and say, ought to find another set of tiefling twins.
It really is.
Tieflings aren't really common now, are they?
Nope.
Especially not twins.
Especially identical twins.
So, I am Tim. This is my brother Tom. He's not
I'm
exactly...
Ivory, and this is my sister.
Okay, well, Tom here is not exactly a conversationalist, but he does speak when necessary.
I'm Ivory, and this is my sister Ebony.
Hi.
Am I to catch correctly that Ivory over there is a cleric?
Yes, she is indeed a healer.
Yes, as well as a paladin. And bard.
Really? So you are 3 classes as well.
Yes.
Are you multi-classed, or are you gifted enough to be a trinary gestalt?
Gifted.
Huh.
As is
We are
Ebony.
we are both as well. But we're both good rangers, and then he is a rogue and I am a wizard.
Well, Ebony here is a
Right?
rogue barbarian monk.
Weird combination.
It works for her.
Though the rogue really
Quite well.
struggles whenever the cleric shouts it out.
Alright,
Shout it out to our
as you
enemies.
guys are talking about your class, there is going to be a 6 to 7 foot tall dragonborn who slams down his hand right next to Ivory, stares at them so intensely and says, You're a cleric?
Ebony is going to stand up and go, and what's your problem with that?
Clerics are no good. They've never been any good.
Yours might not be, but she is, so back off, buddy.
They've only caused pain and torture for the people in this land.
Then maybe the people of this land need to find better clerics.
Tim's gonna say, why is that clerics in this land have always caused nothing but pain and suffering?
They take everything from us. If you are healed by a cleric, you are then bound bound into slavery of their land, of here. No escape. You're stuck there until you die. And they won't let you die easy.
What if they die first?
You're
Do you have
still
the same
bound.
feeling? Do you still have the? Do you have the same feeling with druids? Druids possess healing magic.
Druids don't talk to anybody. They stay stuck up in their own little place.
Ebony, during all this, has been like slowly pushing Ivory behind her.
Fair.
Ivory has been slowly creeping behind Ebony.
And at the present moment in time, both Tim and Tom are going to be flanking Ivory. And Tim's going to say, do you need some healing? Because I would offer it for free.
What's the catch? There's always a catch.
No catch. Not at all.
The Dragonborn's just going to sloop down. Their face just goes pale as they can tell you are genuinely telling them the truth. Well,
If
it
you
seems
need
like you
healing,
guys
just
aren't.
reach out your hand so that I can touch it, and I will cast the spell.
I'm not the one who would need healing, but they've already gone due to the hands of clerks.
So you now
I
just gonna
see you're
blame
not a
all
part of them.
clerics?
Yeah, I just got to town, so I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, we just got to town as well.
Every single cleric here signs with the temple. If they have not signed with the temple yet, then they are to be found and bound to the temple.
Thank you for the follow.
Or that's what they attempt to do. I would definitely be wary if I were you guys to any form of cleric. If you guys need healing, don't go to one of them. Find a bard instead.
You mean like my sister
I'm
here?
a bard too.
The same girl you were trying to fight?
Tim will
They
ask the
take-
Dragonborn. Tim will ask the Dragonborn, can you use a scroll?
A scroll.
Can you use a scroll?
This Dragonborn is in full, like, knight armor. They are 100% fighter. They don't really work with scrolls, so they're going to look and see and just be completely confuzzled by what you're showing them.
Okay, well, come back in the morning and I will have a gift for you. It will just take me some time to prepare.
Ebony, be nice.
He tried to fight you!
Which, to all of that, he takes in a deep breath, calms down his expression, looks towards Ivory, and apologizes. It's just really hard to trust any clerks once you've seen what they've done.
Understandable.
And he will also look towards Tim and Tom and thank them in advance for them trying to help. And that they will have the protection and freedom to roam around this port from the soldiers of this town.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm gonna pull out a sheet of paper. It's cheap
Mhm.
parchment, a pen, and some ink, and write down a list of ingredients. I'm gonna ask the owner of the bar, is there a way I can acquire these ingredients relatively easily?
All right, what's the list of ingredients you wrote out for the?
It's to make level 1 healing potion, first level healing potion. I can make 3 of them per day.
Okay, and does it have specified ingredients to it, or?
No, they would be common ingredients. Mostly it would be herbs and stuff like that. They're usually found in healthy stuff.
For anything like that, I think. You'd probably want to go towards the wild side of the river.
Do I need to go pick it?
Yes, actually, we are quite low on stock here.
And what time of the day is this?
You guys are just getting past, like, lunchtime.
Okay. Then I will go find my herbs. So Tim and Tom will look at Ivory and Ebony and say, you want to come with us?
We'll follow behind
Ivory
you
will say,
shortly.
Sure.
Well, we're going to eat our food first.
Okay, I need to talk to my sister.
Okay.
Okay.
Ebony is going to drag Ivory a few feet away where no one is really at or can hear them.
Mm-hmm.
We now know that they don't like clerics. That means that you stay close, you don't wander off. And if anyone tries anything, you let me know, okay?
Okay. And I assume they're saying this in Twin Speak.
Yes, we are going to be speaking in Twin Speak for this. I do not care how big they look. You don't try anything. You run. You come get me.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And, are you okay after everything? Okay. And in other news, please stop telling everyone I'm a rogue. That makes it so much harder to pickpocket them.
All right.
Thank you.
Although, one of them's also. Oh, they're.
I noticed.
Hold on. Are Tim and Tom both rogues or
No, only one.
just one? Okay.
Tom.
One of them's also a rogue, so it'd be pretty hard to pickpocket.
I know,
So.
but look at the pretty kitties. You get to pet them.
All right, let's head back over.
Okay.
You guys will notice that the Raven's going to step down and take a chunk of meat out of the stew of Tim. And chew it up and swallow it, and then hop back on his shoulder.
Oh, and for note, if you guys do have any carriers that you want to use for the spear that lets you breathe fire and to use that into battle, it is literally just a dragon's breath weapon.
Noted.
And And one glass of beer is going to only be used once for one of the things.
Ivory is tucking her holy symbol into her tunic so it can't be seen.
Ebony is just on guard now. She is her sister's personal bodyguard.
She's walking back and forth like a crab.
All right. Anything else you guys like to do at the bar?
We
Well,
got
in Druidic, Tim is going to say to Tom, you don't mind going and helping me pick herbs for potions, do you? By the way, my 3rd level feat for Tim was brew potion. Just so you know. Because, you know, that way we can brew potions. I can scribe scrolls and brew potions.
Definitely good things to have.
And I make sure to purchase the equipment necessary to brew potions. So, and one of the crafts I have is also herbalism.
Yes, one of Ivory's crafts is herbalism as well.
Ivory's shoving a barrel of dragon breath into her haversack and calling it a day. Y'all have your own potions? I got mine.
Great, Ivory's gonna get in the middle of battle and get drunk.
You
I
mean
don't think
Ebony?
you could drunk monk.
Excuse me, yes, correct, Ebony.
Well, what else do you do?
Well, we will finish our meal. And we will find out from Ebony and Ivory if they want to come with us. Other than that, we are going to get directions for where we need to go to pick the herbs.
We're behind you.
All right.
Ebony and Ivory will be going with, yes.
They point you to a section where the ocean actually meets or starts one of the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
And that little patch of grass there is where you're going to find most of your medicinal herbs you need.
Okay, I head out.
All right.
Is it hard to get across the river mouth there?
It's not hard to get there, really. Although, there are some things that like to crawl out of the waters there.
Okay.
If they try anything, they won't for long. I might not be the best with plants, but I can keep the animals at bay.
Ignore the little mice.
The little mice are so cute, though.
Ignore the
They
little
do
mice.
fight.
The cats are having a snack.
But as
Alright.
you guys get over there, you see all of the herbs planted out. Everything's all good and golden as you guys are collecting all the things that you need. And just as you were about to finish, you hear something crawling, clattering out of the water.
Hello, baby.
I turn around to face it.
And what you are going to be met with is a skeleton of some kind. They seem to be made of almost just shark jaws. You don't actually know how it's being held together completely.
Nice.
I use a lot of homebrew enemies.
All right. Is it time to roll initiative?
100%, yes.
Let's do this.
Just roll a d20 for that, right?
Yes.
Yep. Plus your modifier for it.
Okay. Okay, Tim has a initiative of 12. And Tom has a initiative of 20.
Let's try this again. Alright, there we go.
Okay, so we have a 12, a 20.
16.
Ebony has a 22.
Did you roll a 20 for your initiative?
No, it was an 18.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and which one did Tim and which one did Tom roll?
Okay. Tim rolled the it was
20 or
12.
16? 12?
16.
Tim?
Yeah, 12.
Tim.
I think the 16 was actually Ivory.
Yeah, the 16 is Ivory's.
16 is Ivory. So Twim rolled 12. Ivory rolled 6.
And then Tom rolled the 20. And Ebony will go first at the 22, and then we'll have the skeleton somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Ebony, you see the shark jaw creature. What do you do?
Hello, baby! Ebony is going to draw out her great axe and charge the sucker.
Okay, roll a hit.
No modifier. No damage modifier. 17.
That does indeed hit.
15 points of damage.
Okay, and it is going to be Tom's go, if that's everything Ebony's going to do.
Yep.
Okay, first thing Tom is going to do is send Midnight, his cat, forward to attack. Who is going to run forward and use a pounce attack.
And you said 4 to hit?
No, run forward
Run forward to hit, okay.
and use a pounce attack. The attack is a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. For a whopping 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And now the cat is going to attempt to trip the skeleton,
Okay.
which is a 25 to trip.
That will do it.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 on that.
So he ends up falling down, which means that his action, which is next, is going to namely be taken to stand back up.
Okay, does he stand back up defensively?
Yes.
Okay.
Dang it!
So, but I forgot, I didn't get Tom's actual action done because he used his cat.
Okay.
His actual action is to cast magic thing upon himself, which will give his